Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Coding Hives. This is Rasina with you. Hope you all are doing good. Today's video, we are going to build a very simple Python project for beginners, that is a to-do list app. Okay. So this project is perfect if you are just starting with Python and want to create something useful and fun. In this project, we will be using basic Python features like list, functions, and loops. Nothing too complex, right? So before starting coding, I will just show you the demo, like how the project will look like. Okay. So here I'm going to run the code. So this is the menu we are getting, like 1 for add a task, 2 for view task, 3 for mark task as completed, 4 is delete a task, and 5 is for exit. Okay. So initially I will add one, or I think I will add 3 tasks. So first option is 1. So here, first one I'm giving as join gym. Okay. Then I'm again adding a task like read read a book. Okay. So this is my second task. I am again only adding something like call mom. Okay. So two, if I'm adding the option 2, you can see this is our list we added, like join gym. What this star means, that means it is not completed. Okay. And read a book, it is not completed. Call mm is also not completed. Okay. So once you completed the task, you can use this 3 option. For example, this option number 3. So here I am adding option number 3, and I am making this call mom as completed. Okay. I called my mom, so I can use like this. Now we can check is that symbol is tick mark or that cross mark. Okay, so for that I can use view task. You can see this is now got tick mark, right? So this is the way it works. And once done, or you no need that task, you can delete the task. So for that we have a number like 4, right? So here I am writing 4. It will ask which task you want to delete from this list. For example, I want to delete task number 1 here. So now if I am giving 2 option, you can see that one is removed. That gym task is removed. So now we got these 2 only. Okay. So this is the working of our project. It is really interesting work and it is not that much complex, but it is really good to practice with the loops, functions and all. Okay. So if I want to exit from the loop, I can give 5. So we are out from the loop, and it is a message we are getting like goodbye, have a productive day. Okay. Without any delay, we can start, right? Here, first I want to create all the task lists. I mean, I want to store all the task. Okay. So here I can use a list for storing all the tasks. Okay. So for that I am declaring a list like this. Okay. The step I am planning to do is creating the menu. As you saw here in the output section, like we are getting a menu, right? Here, this one, a to-do list menu. So next step I am going to implement this part. Okay, this is very easy also. Like using some print statements, we can make a to-do list menu. Clear? So for that I am going to write a function. So first is a function name, that is display. I am writing display name. Okay, so this is my function name, and here we can give something like print. Here initially we are getting something like we need a new line, right? So that is why I'm giving /n, and here I can give a heading something like to do list menu. Okay, so here this function will show the menu every time the user need to choose an action. Okay, so that is the purpose of this display menu function. Okay, first we will write a function for add task. Okay, so here this is my function name, add task, and now here we can see I will show that here from here. Like whenever we are giving option number 1, that is add a task, it will ask like enter the task, right? So here, yeah, like this. If I'm choosing an option 1, next the user can enter the task. For example, here I added call mom. So here we need to get some input from the user, right? So for that, like which task she or he want to do. Okay. So for that, I'm just simply asking some input from the user and storing in a variable named task. Okay. So this is input is to get some input from the user. Okay. So here we will get some string input, enter the task. Okay. So here I am asking the user to enter some input. Now what we need to do, we need to add this task into that list we already declared, right? We already declared a list like task, right? So there we need to add this task. Okay. And also we need to do something like you noticed here that in this output you can see there is a task and there is some symbol, right? This means the task is not completed. So this is something, some kind of a status I am using here. So instead of a status symbol, here we can save something like status completed or false or true we can use. So false means it is incompleted, true means it is completed. Okay, clear? So I am storing initially whenever we are adding a task, that means it is not completed, right? So for that, we know how we can append an element into a list using the append function, right? So for that, I am using this append function. And here inside that, I am storing as a dictionary. I mean the task and its status. Okay. Here, I can write task and the user input value will be the key. And next is this completed. I mean the status. Okay. So that I am giving here initially as a false. That means it is not completed. Clear? Then I can also print here like this is added successfully. This task is added successfully. Something like that. So that also I can use here. Like print, I can give something like this successfully. Okay. This is some message only. Clear? So this means the task is added successfully. Here the user can enter the task and this task and the status. Initially the status will be false, will be added to the list as a dictionary. Clear? So here we are storing each task as a dictionary with two fields like the status and the task. Okay. Third menu is like view task, right? We need to show the task. Whatever task is there, we need to show it to the user, right? So here for that I am writing a function. We can write the function name as view task. Okay. This is our function name view task. And here first I need to check if there is anything inside the task list, right? So for that first we need to check is that task list is empty or not. If it is not empty, then only we can iterate through all elements and we can list everything, right? Otherwise we can simply say show a message like there is no elements or this list is empty. Okay. So for that I can check something like this. If not, what we can say, not task, like it means the task there is nothing is there inside this task. Okay, then we can simply show an error message or message like I'm giving something like otherwise, then only we can do something like for that we can use else, right? So here then we need to show our to-do list here, right? Like whatever task is there, what task and status we need to show. I mean here you can see our output is something like this, like your to-do list like this we need to show like a number, then task name and its status. So this will be our output. So that we need to do something like this. Okay, so we can think how we can do. So first we need to like your to-do list, right? So here I can give print, then here I can give a new line, then I can say your to-do list. Okay, this is a simple message, right? That I can give, I need to iterate for each elements in the list, right? I want the index as well as the item. So for getting the index as well as the item, we have one function. Do you remember that? That is enumerate, right? So we can use that thing like for I comma task. Okay, in we can give enumerate. Then our list name is task, right? We already defined there. And I need to start from one only. Like you can know, you noticed that here we are starting like 1 2 3, right? That is why I am here mentioning it as 1. So starting from 1, otherwise it will start from 0 1 like that. Clear? So this is the loop. Why I am using enumerate? Because I want the index as well as the item. Clear? Now here first I need to set a status, like I need to put a symbol something like this, right? So I need to check inside the list that status is complete, I mean false or true. If true, we need to make it as a tick mark. Otherwise we need to make it something like this, cross mark. Clear? So for that I can create a variable like status, okay? And I can put something like a tick mark. Status is a tick mark. That means if we can say if task of completed, like there is a key with the completed, right? That is a dictionary. So if it is true, that means status equal to tick mark. Okay. Otherwise, we need to make it as cross, right? Otherwise, we can make it as a cross. Okay. So status equal to tick if task of completed. That means if it is true, status will be tick mark. Otherwise, status will be cross. Clear? We can simply print this thing like this task, this number, then this task, then this status. Okay. So here I can write using print. I'm simply giving inside a square only. Okay. That also you can change according to your own style. So here this is status, right? So it will show number, then the task, then its status. I mean it is tick mark or cross. Okay. So this will show all tasks with a number and their completion status. Okay. So that is this view task function. Clear? So next I'm going to implement a function like we need to do mark task as completed, right? Whenever I am clicking option number 3, first I need to show whatever task in my list, right? So then first we need to call this function. I mean here the view task, right? So first I will call that function. So we will get like the list of function, list of tasks we have, okay? Then from that we can select which one we need, okay? Then here I am asking, I can like if there is any task, there is a task, I mean there is a task in the list, then we can ask the user like which task he or she want to mark as completed, right? So we need to ask some input from the user to enter which task number they need to mark as completed, right? I already made a video about try catch exceptions. You can check that also if you don't know that much about this exception handling. But whenever we are doing coding, it is a best practice to use this exception handling. Okay. So here I'm putting this whole code inside this try. So here I can ask the task number from the user, like which number they want to make as completed. Okay. So that is an integer number. That is why here I am typecasting it into int. Okay. So input, and I can ask here enter the task number. So once that user is entering that number, what we need to do? We need to make the status as true, right? So we need to change the status. We already have a status thing in this task list, right? Like it is a dictionary of the task and its status. Okay. So we need to make the status as true. Clear? I need to update the task list. Okay. Task list, the status, I mean it is true, right? Now it is going to mark as completed. That is why we need to make that status as true. So here I can write the task number. Then we need to give -1. As you know, list indexing starts from 0. Clear? So here we can write, then we have one more field like completed field, right? Completed is true. Okay, we assigned it as true. and we can simply give a message like a print that corresponding task marked as completed. Okay, the corresponding task is marked as completed. Now if there is some mistake, like there will be that index is not there or any kind of exceptions are there, we need to show some error message. So I can simply use some index error, or we can also add some value error. If there is any error, we can say print, like the user is adding a value, I mean a number which is not in available in this task list. Okay, so that is the meaning by this value error and index error. So we can say invalid task number. Clear? So here we are using the task numbers to update its completed status to be true. Clear? So that is the working of this mark task completed function. So now next is delete a task, right? So here def, I can write delete delete task. So here I can first, before deleting a task, we need to view the task, right? So here also we need to call this function. So we will get a list of all the tasks we have. Then from that we can select a particular number. We can ask the user to enter the number which the user want to remove. Here in this delete tasks, first we need to show all the tasks which are available, right? So for that we need to call the same like view task before we, right? So then we need to ask the task number from the user. So I'm just copying this code from here. Like we need to delete a particular task, right? You can simply check like if there is any task is there or not. If there is any task we can do, then we can also use this try exception. Then I can paste this thing like the input enter the task number to delete. Okay. So here I can make us delete. Then we need to remove that task from the list. So how we can remove an item from a list? We have a function named pop, right? So here we can use that one. Like removed is equal to task dot pop, right? Task dot pop. Here also we can use this task number -1. Okay. We will get the removed item in this removed variable, and it will be removed from that task list also. And here I can just simply show that like this item is removed from this list like that. Okay, now the same like an exception, if maybe like the index we are giving it's not correct, it is not there, then there will be some error. There is a chance to get some error, so we can use this index error or index error, and we can also use value error. If any kind of error is coming, like any kind of exception is coming, we can give a simple message like invalid task number. Okay, clear? We need to give a print inside this. Okay, so this is the working of this delete task. So here we using pop method to remove the task from the list. Okay, so that's it. Now we need to make it all together, like we already implemented a list task, then we have a function to display the menu, then we have a function to add task, then we wrote a function to view task, then there is a function for mark task as completed, then there is a function to delete task. Okay, next we need to make a main function, right? So here I'm writing a main function, and inside that I can give a message something like print welcome to to-do list app, something like that, to-do list app. Okay, So this is our symbol app. Now here we need to run this loop. I mean that's main list until the user enter exit, right? So for that we can use a loop like while. Okay. So while true, we need to rotate. We need to continue this all task. Okay. So here while true, first I think first we need to call this function displayment. Okay. And then we need to get some input from the user. I mean the choice, like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 or anything like that. So for that we can create a variable like choice. Okay, it is to get the option from the user. I mean here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. I mean this one. This thing. Okay, from this we need to get an option right here. So here I can ask the user to input. We can ask choose an option. Choose an option. Like we can also give like 1 to 5. Okay, this is simple message. Then we need to check like if choice equal to 1, then add task, like that we need to check. So here if choice equal to 1, 1 means we need to call the function like add task, right. Otherwise we can say like otherwise we need to check, so that we can use elif, right. Elif we can ask choice equal to 2, then what we need to do, we need to view task, right. So we can call this function. Then again it is not there, then we can ask choice equal to 3, then we can call the function like mark task completed, right. Otherwise we need to just again check choice equal to 4. That means we need to call the delete function, right. So I will call this delete function. Otherwise choice equal to 5, that means we need to exit from the loop, right. So exit means we can just terminate from the loop. So we can give a simple message or something, and we can simply terminate from the loop. Okay, so here I can say goodbye, and we can give the same thing like I did before. What was that? Have a, I think, productive day. Productive day. Okay, and we can simply terminate from a loop. If you're using a break, we can terminate from a loop, right. So we learned that use also break. If the user is entering something that is not there, right. So till 5 it is there. If the user is entering something else, then we can simply say that the choice is not correct, right. So we can give a message like invalid choice. Okay, your choice is not correct. Okay, and we can say please try again. Clear. So that is this thing. Now we can call this function here like if we can say if name equal to okay. Now I will try to run this code. I hope it will work. Just let's have it look. So now you can see we are getting output something like this. We will try it again. For example, the option is 1. I can give go to park. Okay, so this is the first thing, and I'm adding one more thing like play chess. Okay, one more thing I am adding like clean home. Okay, so view task means we are getting like this, right? And now if I want to mark something as completed, it will ask which number I want to. So here I can add 1. So now we can see like task go to marked as completed, right? So we can put 2, we can see like this. And if I want to delete a task 4, you can see it will ask which task we need to delete. For example, I'm giving 2. Now we will, like, it is giving a message also, task pledges deleted successfully. And if I'm giving 2, we can see that is deleted, that chess thing, right? So I hope you understood how this works, and this is not that much complicated, it is simple only. Like, we need to understand about list, dictionaries, a function, loops and all. Okay, also some exception handling. That's it. If you have any doubt, you can ask in this comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.